Hi there, I'm here today to share with you a really quick on-the-job butterfly that I do time and time again. Only takes me about 2 minutes to do this on the job unless I'm outlining in white and adding more details, but I thought I'd share with you how I do it and hopefully it might help some of you out there. So I'm going to be using today Cameron's collection, the Summer Sorbet. It's really nice, bright, vibrant, ready for summer, and a sponge. Okay, we're gonna obviously wet the sponge, make sure it's not too wet. We want it just damp enough that we can pick the paint up. Too wet and we're going to get a very translucent look to our paints. Okay, so I'm going to pick up the lightest green here all the way down to the pink. I want to leave that purple out at the moment because that is how I'm going to outline and create the butterfly wings. So I've just loaded my sponge there, and as you can see we've got those nice distinguished colours there, and we are going to take the sponge here. I'm going to take the green and that's going to go to the lid of the eye socket there, and this is going to be almost at a 45-degree angle. Okay, any more we're going to chop the face in half. We want to try and keep that at that angle. Okay, I'm just applying a bit of pressure there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pivot the sponge around a little bit to the side. Can you see that? Okay, it looks quite rough, don't worry about that yet. Okay, I'm going to do exactly the same into the eye socket, 45 degrees, and we're going to just give that a little bit of a quite firm push there, and we're going to just pivot the sponge just to make sure we've got that covered. Okay, then I'm going to pinch the sponge because I want a smaller wing here. Rule of thumb with your butterflies is that you want the wing on the apple of the cheek. Okay, if we're going lower we're going to really cut that face in half. So what we're going to do, again pinching that sponge, we're going to just give it a nice dab, just dab that down so we get that. Okay, and again I know it looks quite rough at the moment, and that is really how most of the bases start with these face painting designs, is that they do look a little bit rough, but don't worry, okay, because we're going to neaten that up. So we've got the base down. At this point on the job, what I would do is I would say to the child to close their eyes, and I would give them a quick poof of glitter. I would shield their eyes as I do that, and that then just gives it a little bit of a shine. And then taking the cake and a 1/2 inch brush, we're going to just load up on the purple and a tiny bit of the pink. Okay, the purple's going to be at the tip of the brush here because that's going to be our outline, and the pink's going to be on the inside. Okay, and we're just going to load off. Now when I load any of my wand strokes, what I tend to do is I dip my brush in the water, and then taking the edge of that brush, what I do is I just then take the edge off in my pot. You can see that there, and just taking that water off, the extra water just means that we're not going to flood the cake and then get into all sorts of trouble. Okay, and then we're going to just load our brush. If you're new to face painting and you're struggling with the loading technique of a one stroke, obviously this is a split, but I'm talking one strokes now. My technique used to be just 1, 2, 3, and then backwards 1, 2, 3, and I found that really helped me. And as you can see, we've got clear definition of the two colours there on the brush. It's almost to the hilt of the brush, maybe 3/4 of the way. That is a good load on the brush. What we're going to do is we're going to take that now and we're going to just cut down there and cut here. Okay, and then we're going to create our wings. If you're a newer face painter and you're struggling with separating the wings, a good tip would be just to outline where you want those wings to finish. Anyone on the job, they're not going to know what you're doing. They're not a professional face painter, but that just gives you a little bit of confidence then to then just quickly join those up, and then you've got your sections. Okay, and again here, if you wanted to do it again, I tend to do 2 sections at the bottom. So again, going to my marker, I'm safe and secure in the knowledge that I'm not going to overthrow that, okay? And obviously if you're struggling with symmetry as well, it does help, okay? Keeps that balance. So again, if we want to 1 and 3, and then here again we've got the 2, we're going to cut through, we're going to cut through again. As you can see, this side is my weaker side because obviously I'm right-handed. We all struggle with that. If you're finding that you're struggling painting this side, getting it to match this side, paint this side first, because it's a lot easier to match a design with your stronger hand than it is your weaker, if that makes sense. Anyway, so as you can see, we've got the basis of our butterfly. Very quick, very simple. We've got that, okay? Then what I would do very, very quickly is take in a number 6 round. And I know it might sound a little bit large, the number 6. Just get some white wax-based paint. So I'm talking DFX, Tag, Fusion, anything like that. Wolf, it's a great, great paint as well. I'm just going to do a few dots, okay, just to highlight. So 1, 2, 3. I always do my dots in 3s. Just looks more aesthetically pleasing. If you look through most people's designs, you'll see that we do tend to stick with the 3 dots. So we've got a few dots there. Then what I would do is I would just give a couple of antennae very, very quickly, and just some teardrops. And then we're on to maybe just adding a bit of festival glitter if you've got time, okay? So again, this is festival cream glitter, so it's going to sit really nice on top of the paint. And then just add a bit of glitter, very quick and easy. If you had time and you were at a birthday party, maybe your numbers are a little bit on the lower side than what you expected, I would maybe outline this in white and really make it pop. That's up to you. If you wanted to, you could use some liquid bling at this point and just take the wing definition even further if you wanted to. If you had time, it's really up to you. How I tend to finish most of my designs, especially butterflies, unicorns, kids love it. There's a little bit of bling, just stick that there in the middle. Saves messing around with the butterfly body. Obviously it gives that bit of a wow factor then. And then what I would do just to finish it off is just paint the lips. Most of the little girls, they always want the lips painted. If on the job, I would be using a new brush every time, a disposable brush, just to keep your hygiene there. And this is just a very quick, simple, elegant butterfly. Can be used with any split cakes that you've got, okay? Please feel free to follow me, like any of the things that you see. And if you wanted any more help or any ideas on tutorials in the future, please comment below and I'll see if I can get on to those for you. Okay, thank you. Bye.